Good morning, Yazoo.
Good morning.
Please excuse my pronunciation or my familiarity, but it is my first time in a mosque. Forgive me. I have two questions.
In fact, I have to seek pardon for my pronunciation, not you, for yours.
Your pronunciation is perfect, sir.
Thank you.
If my English, my Indian or Hindu or Urdu was half as good as your English.
Thank you so much. Very kind.
Well,
Very modest
way.
of you. Yes.
I have studied much theology in nearly 50 years. Buddhism, the Bhaktivedanta Swami, the Mahayana school, the Hinayana school, Catholicism, Protestantism, Evangelism, Baptism, Anglicanisms, and all these different isms.
In that regard, we have taken after each other.
And
that has been my hobby too. Yes.
I'm still studying. It is only recently that I've come and been introduced to Islam.
Yes, please. Thank you.
But all the religions tell me, here is God, there is God, this is the way, you must do this, you must do that. I do believe that God is not confined to man's philosophy, that God is above. However, I want to know God. There is something within me that desires to know God. I run away from God, but He always brings me back.
Quite.
The world is not... Can you tell me where I might find God?
I'll do that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Your question is, first of all, very moving, because it's not just a case of a single person here. This is a case which applies to hundreds of thousands, even millions of people in this world today who are considered either agnostics or atheists, but deep in their hearts something agitates them and they want to know their God. In English literature we find Shelley being mentioned as one who went to the caves and shouted at the top of his voice, "Oh God, I want you, come and get me if you are," and so on and so forth. But no answer. Then we hear of the astronauts in USSR. When the first time they went into space, they are reported to have shouted at the top of their voices, "Oh God, we hear that you are there somewhere. We don't find you anywhere. We have come that high. If you are there, answer us." But this is not only a recent trend of history in man's quest for God, or the so-called quest for God. We hear the Pharaoh doing the same. He asked Haman to build a very tall, majestic building whereby he could reach the recesses of the heavens and see for himself if what Moses is telling him is truth or just it's an imagination of his own wishful thinking, or a fiction, or a piece of rubbish. That is not the words he used, but that was the essence of what he said. And then he declared, "No, I haven't found any answer." Yet we know from the history of each prophet that they all did the same, but not with that arrogance and pride, with total humility and submission. And they always, invariably found the answer. So just the quest is not essential. What is important is what is motivating the quest within your heart. And if you are honestly and deeply interested in finding your Creator, the answer we find in the Holy Quran is that invariably you will be led to Him without fail. Now another thing which your question reminded me, because I consider this question to be a very profound question based deeply in human psyche, is a verse of the Holy Quran that even before the creation of the universe, God directly addressed human nature as if it existed, but it did not. The Holy Quran is very clear about it. It is a sort of a dialogue in blueprint. Well, Allah says, when I decided to create man, creation was obvious, he was not yet created. I inquired from him, am I not your Lord, the Creator? And they all answered, yes, yes, why not? Now this seems to be a mythical claim which has no reality, no foundation. But it has foundation in every nature, even in the nature of atheists to find evidence of this. And to remind you of the verdict of a philosopher, is it Kant or Kant? Pronunciation? Kant? Kant.
Kant.
Kant, that's right. Kant was a non-believer, we know that. And he studied many an argument presented by the Christian world he knew in favor of God, that is the logical and philosophical argument, and he rejected all arguments with his own counter logic. But when he came to this argument which is mentioned in the Holy Quran, he was stuck and he had to admit defeat. He said, only there is one argument which keeps agitating my mind and I find no answer to that. Is that why on earth should we find the quest for God all over the world, without fail belonging to all ages of human experience? He said, this is what keeps bothering me. And if there is one strong logical argument in favor of the existence of God, I believe this is what it should be. And you have again reminded me of the same. What Kant said so many hundreds years ago is proved again in your person and in the person of so many people around the world who are in search of God.